Warning. This show contains content intended for adult audiences. The language is crass at best and downright insulting most of the time. This is all made for the sake of comedy and poor sophomoric taste. The skits are parodies, and any similarity to real people or stories is purely coincidental. Any insults hurled at any one human is made in jest. We're just covering our bases for when one of you skins your knee on an internet insult. We love you. Again, this is all a joke, whether you laugh or not. Not just the show, but this waking existence. The great cosmic giggle. Try not to take it seriously.
Should you ever be confronted with the temptation of taking that first puff of a marijuana cigarette, don't do it.
I don't know about you, but as for me, the question has already been answered. Should we be here? Yes.
The business of culture, any culture, is to perpetuate its cultural models. And if the hallucinogenic plants have not been integrated into the cultural model, then they are definitely seen as dangerous forces for an unpredictable sort of social change.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary, sentient artificial intelligence, flora and fauna alike, to the Hoosier Sophisticate Show Monday night edition. How is everybody today? You mother fathers wouldn't even understand the kind of stuff that goes on like at game time, like at the time, as soon as the coin flip is over. It's unbelievable the kind of things that just stop. Like, for instance, we had a monitor at 6:58 just like
6:58.
like a little smoke starts rising from it. We lost it. Hopefully tonight, this evening, we are streaming to you in a way that is not going to take away from anything. And so hopefully the stream's a little bit better. Hopefully you guys are saddled in. We're going to have a good time tonight. We're going to try and we're going to riff a little bit. We're going to talk about some of the fun stuff going around. I believe, let's see, we got an Ask Me Anything going on. We encourage all of our fans, our friends, our family to catch this over on Twitch, where it should be far better than anywhere else. But we ask you to join us over there, and we're just going to have a good time tonight. Do a little AMA, a little Ask Me Anything, and I'm going to answer you with the correct answer, as you per usual. So what's going on tonight, Seth? How you doing, pal?
I'm doing good, Craig. I'm just a little frustrated, as usual. We like every week, people don't understand how much we have to fake being happy when we go live. Because right before we go live, we're like, let's just fucking do it. If it works, it fucking works. Doesn't matter. It's a stupid show anyway. Yeah, right, let's do this.
It's hilarious because I believe you asked me, I don't know if you wanted me to, or if I wanted you to go run and grab another monitor. And I said, you know, Seth, all I really want is to just go live on time at the right time. Just once in my life, just one time. You know, I had a nice thing in the mornings whenever, you know, we were shooting out of the Festa Studios. That was kind of my we got Eepin Thampy shared our stream on Twitch. You see the little zombie running across there? That was pretty cool.
I think they
Ethan.
see that at home.
That's fun. That's super fun.
They see the zombie at home.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
what
Well, the
the fuck
zombie's
it
cool. I thought
means.
I'd change that to something a little bit neater than that. But hey, whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Zombies seem kind of seasonal, Craig. It's like April.
I'm not.
April's the most non.
I'm not into
month.
zombies any season. If we're being
We
honest.
talked
so
about this. That's
I've
like
got
my
it.
least favorite of the whole horror.
Of all the horror
Like,
genre, it's lazy. It's lazy stuff. 10 days, buddy. 10 days until we are shutting down Facebook entirely, and I can't fucking wait. I hate Facebook. And I hope that people are happy to join us everywhere else, whether that is on Reddit, r/Hoosier Sophisticate, all one word, whether that's on Discord, whether you're following along on Twitter, which admittedly we don't use a bunch, but every now and then it'll let you know when we go live. There's a bunch of different ways to follow along. Instagram, whatever you choose. Just Facebook isn't gonna be one of them. Right out the gate, I want to talk about some awesome sponsors. Sweet Leaf Emporium. It is the place. It's, I got to thinking about how all of these people, I say these people, a bunch of people want to be in the legal weed industry. Well, guess what? Head shops have been the legal weed industry for, I don't know, decades, since the 60s. And Sweet Leaf Emporium has always been a place where a patient can go and learn something. They're not gonna try and sell you a bill of goods. What they are gonna sell you is just awesome cannabis smoking accessories, custom made glass right there in the store. They might jam out, sing you a song down in Farmington. The plans for Festus that are rolling out it's going to be the coolest little spot that you've ever seen. And if there's already a half done studio in that joint too, or 3/4 of the way
We got
done.
some ideas for that studio.
Really
I
cool.
really hope we can. I don't want to tease anything because nothing's like 100%.
Yeah, really cool, neat stuff going on there.
If
Oh,
we
he's
do
on
pull
board.
some shit off.
He's on board. It's
gonna
not
enjoy
just he's on board for sure. So hopefully everything is coming along a little bit better at home tonight. Hopefully YouTube is doing you well. Let me know how the Twitch stream looks to you, and if you choose to use Facebook, that's fine too. But obviously we're trying to get away from there. So Facebook is not doing anybody any favors. My wife said something today. She says, sitting is the new smoking. She says, you got to get up, you got to move your body. Everybody's got to get up and move your body. And I feel that same way.
You got to get up to get down.
You got to get up to get down. That's right. What was that, Coolio? I believe that was Coolio. Like that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, get your woman on the floor. Gonna get up to get down. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway,
Yeah.
So I hate zombies too. Well, good.
I didn't have any Coolio.
Good,
albums,
Rachel.
man.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. So hopefully, follow along on Twitch. It's a better platform. It's a little easier for us to monetize. It's got a lot more features. There's just a lot more things going down. We're going to cover a few things tonight. I've got just a little article that I can share out there. There's some cannabis events on the horizon. Everybody should be getting ready for. Missy Bliss Kohler has shared my stream. How cool is that? All right, there's that fucking zombie again. I don't know how to change it. Let's see who. I can't tell who that is. Looks like maybe Ote. Twitch is great. Fuck Facebook. You heard that. You heard it here first, Dan Hendrickson. Thank you. There's a lot of people that are happy to serve. Can we talk butt metal? I think Seth actually insists that we talk butt metal, and
my
you
God, I
know
wish I
what?
had that
I'm
music
happy to
keyed
talk.
up.
I'm happy to talk butt metal.
I will definitely talk some butt metal with you tonight, Craig. But man, I
Not
wish
to
I
get-
had that music queued up.
Not to get too far sidetracked, check out Sweet Leaf Emporium for all of your cannabis smoking accessories. If you need some knowledge, maybe you need some new jewelry, some new piercing jewelry. I need to get some new nipple shields. But he'll make you a glass dilly if you ask him to. You can pretty much get anything you want from Sweet Leaf Emporium. And he's been a voice for the culture in Southeast Missouri for, I don't know, a couple decades, And so we can, I've seen all kinds of butt metal there, Scott Cooper. I'm a big fan. Dude, if you're my age, you lived from 98 to 2004, the whole new metal genre was the thing. Like that was the fucking thing. There were some good acts that came out of it. There was.
I had the first 3 Korn CDs. I had the first 4.
Now, Corn was on the block early.
Recently. I'm not even going to fucking lie. I have a Corn hat in my SUV.
Corn was on the block early. Steve's gonna ask me who's big for you. Well, it's not even. I wish he would have asked me that before he told me what just happened, because my answer would have been, look, the Blues are struggling a little bit. Steve calls me the other day. He's like, I feel like I got to cuck for the cup, and I'm like, sometimes you got to cuck, dude. Sometimes you got to do a little cucking for the cup. I was like, "What do you need from me?" And he says, "I need a partner. I need a compadre to go on this thing with me." So I said, "I don't know if I'm available to you, but I'll put a couple phone calls into Bobby, see if old Bobby can come out, and maybe join Cucky at least for a little bit of the ride." So, Blues are up 2-0. Who's big for me? It's always Schenner. Schenner's my guy. I'm a big Braden Shen guy, and I heard that he hit one. Scott, listen, we don't need anything back, pal. You know what? Things were going real good before. Look, you just said they're up 2-0. It's 3-1. You're doing as good right now at home with a fucking TV in front of you as you did as an intern on this show. We need Steve back. I need a fucking intern that can just feed me some information, even within 5 minutes of when I need it.
I want to talk about some butt metal.
All right, we're going to do some butt
metal. Scott brought it up.
Since Scotty brought it up.
This whole thing started when you posted something positive, or you commented something positive about the return of Butt Vein, a.k.a. Mudvayne.
I think you said something.
I was making fun of him, and you posted,
and I said, this is a
fucking slaps or something like that.
I said, this is a bad fucking take.
Yeah, you did.
This is a bad take. You don't fucking.
It's an awful take.
This is just an awful take.
You said this is just an awful take.
You don't fucking come at Mudvayne like that.
I don't know. I did not get into Mudvayne. I think I owned LD50.
Great album, dude. I know. I hear you.
Get into them.
LD50 was a good album.
I watched the video for Dig, and I just kind of laughed. I was like,
I get it. Dumb. Listen, the aesthetic, I totally get it. Because I couldn't really get down with how they presented themselves. But dude, I'll tell you what, I've been to a bunch of Mudvayne shows, and that shit was about as fun as a concert gets.
Dude, that's the thing. If I saw him live, it might turn me around, because people say that all the time. Like, oh, I saw him live, dude. You got to experience him live. It probably would be a good
real good live band. You want to thrash a little bit. Now with that being said, I've seen the lineups that I've seen them in have been killer. The one I think only saw them one time as a headliner, and that was at the Creepy Crawl. I told you about that show. That fucking place was a murder shack. It was it was as small as this room is here. It was as narrow as it. And it just kind of went down. It was like a short little alleyway, little jaunt, and they had a fucking chain link fence that ran right down the middle of it, so they could have the 21 and up on one side, and then you could have and then on the other side you had minors or whatever. But I mean, that chain link fence was just a place to grate someone's face, whenever you were getting after it with Mudvayne.
Right when Dig comes on.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Dig's my walk-up song. It's in the top 3 of my walk. If I was a baseball player, that would Dig and then just a pitcher would shit himself if I was walking into the box to that song.
You know what I listened to on the treadmill today?
What's that?
Spit, Kitty's first album.
Okay, how was it?
Kidding you. Oh, it rips.
Pretty good.
Ripping in the tear.
See, now I feel like you're fucking with me. You know what, gal?
I thought it was fucking good.
Godsmack first album was awesome. It was fine. T. Marie came to the tube to watch. Got to get used to it anyway.
Godsmack is like the Nickelback of
What's up,
butt
Kenzie?
metal.
Abby, where should I send my dad who just got his card at Lake Ozark?
I've known Abby for over 20 years.
Oh, man, I'm not good with giving any dispensaries any love. I wouldn't even. I mean, Google.
Send your dad my way.
Google's gonna be your best case answer there. Honestly, I'll tell you what. Near the lake, Nate Bowman, Nate on Cannabis. I believe he is working at the Colorful Vibes store in Warsaw. If there's anybody worth visiting around Lake Ozark, Nate would know. Give him a shout. That dude, he's got a better idea than I do. If anybody wants to chime in here and let someone know what's the best little dispensary around there, I'm not sure around Lake of the Ozarks. Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got, man. I'm not the one who's so far away when I feel the snake bite into my vein. We're going to get shut down. I sound so much like Sully. We're going to get shut down. I sound so much like him. So back to the deal. Steve is going to whore himself out for the Blues to win a cup again. It's something that he's done all along. I'm gonna do what I can to support him. I'm gonna do what I can to support him. Any song that you can sing with your teeth closed is good, man.
Godsmack is like the tribal tattoo of bands.
Well, I mean, they're fucking. That's hilarious you say that because their fucking logo. It's funny, dude. Like when you get to like step outside of the matrix a little bit. When you get to step outside of the matrix just a little bit, you start to see like how patronizing all of the pop anything, all of the mainstream anything was. Like Godsmack was the tribal tattoo because their logo was literally a tramp stamp. Like it was like a tribal sun, and it had like the fucking dude. That's hilarious you say that, but then when you look at that, like so many bands had that thing.
I think the only Godsmack shirt I've ever seen anyone wear is a sleeveless version of the one with all the state fairs they play at on the back, like the list of 90 counties.
I saw one of I had a fucking band shirt that like just popped up everywhere. You know how you like when you kind of, I don't know if you were a vagabond like me throughout your 20s, just kind of bouncing around, going from place to place, fucking and like somehow, some way, like some apparel just travels with you everywhere, and you look back on it. But I had a shirt I bought. There was a Mudvayne show. A shirt I bought outside of Summer Sanitarium Tour, Edward Jones Dome. It was Mudvayne opened. Then it was Deftones. Then it was, which Deftones are the fucking shit. It was right after.
Oh, I love Deftones.
Right after Minerva came out. Then it was Limp Bizkit, which I had to get a drink.
Dude, I own $3 bill, y'all.
But you know what? Limp Bizkit, like at that show, debuted their cover. They debuted their cover of
Faith.
No, the fucking the Who song. No one knows what it's like to be. They did that, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is actually pretty fucking legit." I didn't think Fred Durst could do this. And then Linkin Park came on and actually fucking killed it. And then Metallica blew our fucking eardrums out because they had like live explosives in the fucking thing, which I actually
James
had
Hetfield
kind of
almost got killed by one of those things.
Dude, I had like live
his body off.
I had low expectations for Metallica at that point, and they rocked ass, dude. They really fucking brought it. Like, you want to talk about butt metal? They fucking rocked ass.
Metallica's not butt metal.
I know. But I mean,
just Metallica.
To be fair though, like starting at Load or Reload, it was like the beginning of like the new metal movement, right? Would you agree with that? I don't know. I'm just working this out. I'm working this out right now with you.
Give me fuel, give me fire, and I'll burn some gasoline.
Summer Sanitarium, dude. It was a great little. Kid Rock was definitely butt metal. How much for that back pussy? It was a cool little shirt though. I remember it. Slipknot's logo is a tribal tattoo. Also, yeah, I could see that.
I have a yearbook photo with a hip necklace and a corn shirt. I think I'm 14.
It's the only. I fucking got down to Slipknot too. Listen. I wanted to murder people when I was younger.
I still like Slipknot,
and I liked listening to murder music. That's I
thought it made me a badass.
I listened to more Mudvayne than I probably. I don't know. I listened to equal parts Mudvayne and Slipknot. Yeah, I won't even tell you who my favorite band in high school, dude. Like, I was a fucking angsty, sad kid. Oh shit! It came on.
Oh, is the monitor?
It went off. Oh, it's back. I can see myself. Great. I don't know what the fuck happened.
So
there.
I have a gigantic monitor directly in front of me.
Yeah, you can't
if somebody
see
walked in right now, they'd just look hilarious.
I can't see
really
anything. It's all
but
good.
I'll tell you, there's the only three metal bands I truly still like to this day, and I do like Slipknot a little bit, but Pantera, White Zombie, and Black Sabbath will always be the three that I'll never let go of.
Such different songs.
Never fucking let go of.
Such different songs.
And White Zombie's kind of like got my style in their music with they use audio samples from like horror movies from the 60s.
That's true. That's true.
Throughout the whole album, and
Yeah. You into Rob Zombie's horror movies at all? You into his directorial stuff?
Dude, this last Halloween, I decided I never liked House of a Thousand Corpses. So this last Halloween, it was on. I'm like, I'm going to give this fucker another try. I remember not liking it, and I watched it. I go, why did I not like this? This is fantastic.
I liked House of a Thousand Corpses.
It wasn't over the top great, but
it's fine.
I don't know why I didn't like it the first time I watched it.
Power Man 5000. There's one. Scott's throwing some great ones. Dude, Wayne Static, he's dead.
Fucking Flyleaf.
Flyleaf.
Head PE.
Yeah, I saw Head PE. Point Fest 15 was a new metal wet dream.
Like you, special like you. Remember that song?
Head PE. Okay.
That's a Head PE
song. So listen. I'm borderline. I'm not ashamed.
These are all bands that wanted to be like Deftones.
But here's the thing. Like, I'm not ashamed of this because I truly did. Like, they filled a fucking hole in my soul for so long. But like, I loved Stained, man. I loved their first album. Well, Dysfunction really wasn't their first album, but it was their first one that kind of had anything on there. Mud Shovel, Home, things like that.
Stained.
Then they came out with Break the Cycle, and that was what made them huge. That was like, It's Been a While, Outside, things like that. And then it just gradually got softer and softer and softer. And then, and until Aaron, because listen, I listen to Aaron Lewis sing the phone book, bud. Like, I think the dude's got, I think the guy's got as good of a fucking voice as anybody. So there was a lot of shows I was going to see Stained and got to see like a lot of different acts because of it. Point Fest 15 was like, it was a new metal fucking wet dream, dude. I mean, it was like
Point used to be a new metal, like basically a new metal fucking station.
Well, that's right. I don't even know what they're. I don't even know what they're doing anymore. I don't like.
They're just going with whatever's.
I don't know what
the
they're doing
marketing,
anymore.
Whatever's marketable.
Point Fest 15.
Alternative.
Here we go, dude. You ready for this fucking lineup? Tell me, fucking.
Dude, this is about to get fucking.
Tell me this fucking lineup here wasn't a new metal fucking. A new metal fucking jerk job. Okay, so Point Fest 15 was on the second stage. I actually saw the coolest thing I ever saw on the second stage, but it had like Smile Empty Soul, Ra, Finch, and Trapped. Okay, Trapped now they're like major trumpers
butt
now.
rock of butt rock.
Right. So yes, and like, dude, there was this thing. I'll tell you what. I was going to get a drink because they were on side stage. They were on the side stage. I was going to grab a beer, and like, I saw this dude. He had 4 guys that was launching him in the air, and they were getting this motherfucker up there like. I mean, he was getting up there 30 feet doing like quadruple backflips. I was like, this almost makes this Trapped show watchable. They played like an 11-minute version of Headstrong or something like that. Anyway,
Headstrong, I'll take you on.
Yeah, anyway. So then on the main stage, you had Social Burn, Seether, the All-American Rejects.
I don't need to hear shit. Give me tickets. I don't need to
The
hear
Used.
The Used.
Cold.
That dude just screams about his heroin addiction when he was
Cold,
for an hour.
Breaking Benjamin, Head PE.
Of course. There you go.
And Stained.
Stained?
Dude, yeah. This was 2003, and I was living my best case life. I was hired in fucking pterodactyl titties, and we were just crying about how much our parents didn't understand us. That's what was going on, man. We were like just letting people feel our angst through a little drop D tuning, and like,
some spiky hair, some puka shell necklaces.
Yeah,
no, that was more of a 311.
It would be disingenuous to say that I didn't have a puka shell necklace at one point,
jeans.
or I didn't really rock Jenkos too much. Cold was good, dude. I was a big fan of Cold. So Cold and Stain had a couple of crossovers.
I don't remember much about Cold. I just remember that they did.
Year of the Spider would have been like their big album.
They were kind of like Stained sounding. Right?
They did 100%. Yeah, their lead singer was very much in that same vein. So, what's up, Belinda? How are you?
That lineup is missing some Chevelle, bro, and some.
Well, first off,
maybe some Hoobastank.
Listen, Chevelle rocks the tits to this day. Chevelle is as close. For me.
What about Tantric?
They actually had that one song that was had a pretty cool opening. I remember, but I remember.
Chevelle, I'll do Chevelle on karaoke nights.
Chevelle. Listen, I have no qualms about my Chevelle fandom. Chevelle to me is like they were as close as anybody got to to, and when I say this, they're still very far away from it. But like, there was shit in their music that had Tool sounds to it. That's where I'm at. But I mean, definitely not on the same level.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say Nirvana, but dude, I think he has a Maynard-ish voice.
A little bit.
Like I could totally see them. I'll bet they've covered Tool songs. I'd like to hear him sing Sober. I'll bet that'd be fun.
Stain did a great cover of Sober. Anyway,
I'm sure he did.
Whatever. He. They're 3 guys, man. Come on now. 4 guys. Anyway, so and then we'll talk music all day. So Finch, can I tell you I've told this story on the show before. Rachel, can I tell you the funniest fucking Finch story? Can I tell you the funniest Finch story ever? You would have fucking loved this day more than anything. I saw Finch in concert once.
Sick.
So building on
First off, sick.
First off, exactly. So building on Point Fest 15. So if you still have a boner, let me bring you to climax. Okay, we're gonna travel. We're gonna travel about 1,300 miles northeast. We're gonna go to Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Okay, this was the Rolling Rock Town Fair. Okay, Latrobe, PA, and headliners were Stained. However, things changed a little bit, and there was a co-headliner, and it was Stained and Velvet Revolver.
Oh,
pretty fucking cool actually, because I love Scott Weiland, dude. I love Scott Weiland.
Fantastic.
One of the greatest frontmen of all time. May he rest in peace. So. I've told this story on the show many fucking times before. I'm just trying to find this lineup for you so I can kind of give you a real fair rundown of who all was there. Let's try this. So we go there, me and my buddy, this gal I'm living with at the time, and his college football, he played college football, his roommate. We decided that we were just going to drive to Pennsylvania, dude, because we were going to go see Stain, and this was going to be fucking awesome. We were going to stay in Pittsburgh. It was going to be a real good time, man. So let's check out. I think it would have been like Pittsburgh. 2000. I'm going to say this would have been 03 or 04. Okay, so same years as same fucking year as no, it was 04. The year after Point Fest 15, and. We get there, and dude, get a load of this set. 3 Days Grace.
Oh shit.
The Crystal Method.
Okay.
Seven Dust. NERD.
The pioneers.
NERD. Hoobastank. Finger 11. Finch. Disturbed. Stained, and Velvet Revolver.
Velvet Revolver's like who the
okay
fuck are these?
Now to know a little bit about Latrobe, Pennsylvania, and where this thing takes place, it's like a giant fucking fairground that's kind of like where they probably do rodeos and shit like that. So it's like a big bowl, okay, and there's a huge grandstand, and we're getting in, and fuck, it's hilarious from the get-go, because here's the deal. I'm the bad influence friend, right? My buddy and his roommate, they're both college football players. This guy I'm with, I've got a fair amount of cannabis with me, and I've got some other snortables. Anyway, so snortables. They're like Lunchables,
Thanks for cleaning that up.
Except for the opposite. So we're going, and like I'm still dumb and paranoid, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get some reefer into this event. So I've got a couple of dugouts, okay? And I don't know where I'm going to put them. They're searching everybody as we go in. So I put them in my shoes, and I'm walking on these dugouts, okay, as we're getting closer. And we are nowhere fucking near the entrance. We're talking half mile, okay? It's starting to hurt a little bit. As we're going in, this guy in front of me gets fucking stopped, and they stop him with a fucking bag, bud. That was this big. It had a fucking half pound of weed in it, probably.
What was he carrying?
Maybe he just had it in his cargo shorts, because that's the other thing that this music did. It allowed us to wear clothes that had awesome storage capacity. So he had fucking
gigantic mammoth Jinko jeans with just
massive
pounds of weed.
So he had a fucking pound of weed on him. And these guys are like, he's going to go in, and they're looking at him, and they're like, "What are you doing, dude? I can't let you in with that." So he's like, all right. But they let him keep it, which I thought was pretty fucking solid. And they told him, they're like, just go put it back in your car and come in so you can go have fun with your friends. He's like, okay, whatever. So I go to, we go inside, we get down there. It has been raining, kind of just wet, drizzly for the last 16 hours. Right. Okay. So the place is like, we're going down into this pit, and it's a fucking mud pit, very reminiscent of Woodstock 94. Okay. So we go down there, we're hanging out, and to this day, the coolest concert setup I've ever been to, because it had a circular stage. And when one band was done, the stage just fucking came unhinged, and it rotated around, and the next band was already set up, fucking ready to rock. It was fucking awesome. There was no fucking downtime.
Dude, this is ridiculous. It's like, what's some people in the lineup, like Finger 11 finishes up and then it turns around and it's 3 days grace. This is like hell.
This is
like if I'm strapped to a chair
and you had to listen.
And it's just a rotating
So this is exactly what's happening, and here's where it gets fucking great.
Can I interrupt you just for a second?
Yes.
I need Scott Cooper's help on some.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of who. Not that I'm not listening to you, Craig, but I'm trying to think of who sang the song "Poem."
Poem?
In case of fire, break the glass and go. You remember that song?
No.
This song is a poem to myself. God, who was that?
Taproot.
Taproot. Yes, dude.
Okay, nice. All right.
I had to think of that.
So the stage breaks loose. And actually, I think Scott
knew right away, too. He's like, Taproot, motherfucker.
Okay, so I'm getting to Finch because Rachel loves Finch. She thinks they're awesome. Okay, so Finger 11 gets done. Okay? And the fucking stage breaks loose. Starts to go around. Finch is kind of a fish out of water here. Finch isn't really like a new metal band. Finch is more... They're more like kind of...
They're like a screamo-y thing,
screamo, indie, kind of emo
like
band.
Thursday, right?
Yeah, they're just I'm looking at this bill and I'm like, not really understanding this one. I don't really understand this one. That's fine. They don't care. It's a paycheck. So stage breaks loose. Finger 11 got done with whatever their fucking big hit was. And it's going around the stage, and
that's how they end. That's how all those bands end their shows. The big hit.
Yeah, the big hit. The stage locks in, and it's Finch. Okay. Before Finch can even strike a chord. Before they can even strike a chord. Disturbed comes flying from backstage and gang rushes and beats the fuck out of Finch. Fucking, what's his name? David Dryman or whatever, the lead singer.
No. Calm down.
This is what's happening.
Tell me this is a true story you witnessed.
I witnessed it with my own two eyes.
Disturbed the band.
Rushed
the stage.
This is straight out of fucking WWE.
What's security supposed to do? It's like,
what do they do? Who are you there to protect? Here's what happens. David Dryman, Disturbed lead singer.
Whichever band you
I think that's his name. He fucking spears lead singer of Finch, and he's got like one of those like fucking like swoopy haircuts, the Finch guy. So his hair's like blown out, like he looks like a fucking anime character.
Like the Karen,
and yes, he's got like a Karen haircut
version of the 90s Karen.
And you know the dude from Disturbed's got like this labrae piercing that's like a massive hook that's like coming around his fucking dude because he's badass, you know, he's fucking coming down here. He comes flying from backstage. He spears this dude like Goldberg. Okay.
Boom.
Fucking the drummer like clotheslines this fucking drummer off of his kit, and the two fucking guitarists, Disturbed and Finch's, are fighting each other with their guitars. They're slamming their guitars against one another.
What are you doing during this?
The crowd is going fucking banana sandwiches. It is fucking so crazy right there. Nobody can figure out what the hell's going on. Finally, security gets Disturbed to they get them off of Finch because they were fucking putting a hurting on Finch, beating the fuck out of him. And
I mean, I put my money on Disturbed.
Finch has,
if you listen to the albums,
right.
You're like, and
they got some pin-up anger.
You had to put money. You didn't know anything about them, but you had to put money on it. It's like, we're going to play you a song from
I'm going to bet on the guy that's like, oh,
give me the Down with the Sickness.
How the fuck is he doing? That's awesome. It's great. Good job. You could be in a Disturbed cover band. So anyway, he's got this fucking dude, and he's wailing on him, and security fucking pulls him off of. They pull them all off, okay, and. At this point, the crowd has been going fucking crazy. Like, it's blood sport. We're cheering for these guys to kill the fucking. We're cheering for them to fucking kill them. Okay. Best concert fight. I saw Faith Hill wrestle Shania Twain in 2001. That makes me come thinking about it.
Neither one's fucking with Reba though.
Yeah. Until fucking like Missy Elliott comes in, whatever. Okay, so
it's your
it's your pussy if you get it wet. I think is what it's supposed to be. Anyway, so
right.
I don't know.
She's won awards.
Steve's heard this story. I think I told him in the morning. So everybody's fucking going nuts. They're cheering for Disturbed. They beat like we're just cheering for Bloodsport. They could have been fighting anybody. They could have been fighting a good band like Seven Dust, but they were fighting the fucking fish out of water. Which looking back on it, it's kind of fucked up. Like I'm like, oh man, normally I'd stick up for the outcast kid, but not in this case. Fuck
be the
those
one
guys.
guy that's like, you can do it, Finch.
Come on, Finch, you can do it.
Get up.
So then the best part about this whole thing is that they haven't even. The best part about this is they haven't played a fucking note yet. So after getting the shit kicked out of them,
some people are probably like, I kind of want to hear what we're gonna play.
So there's 8 people there that want to hear Finch at least, and so
one guy in a Finch shirt that's like, what the
fuck,
He's the only band he wanted.
He's like, I bought these tickets specifically
I have to sit
for
through
Finch.
This bullshit new metal
So,
and listen to Finch, and then they get beat up. He's like, do you think he'd get his money back? It's like, hey, can I have my?
Well, he didn't have to.
Come on.
He didn't have to. I actually remember What It Is to Burn was a song of theirs that was real popular, and I remember it because it used to be on like the MLB Triple Play EA game. Like that's the only reason I really remember it. Anyway, so after getting the shit kicked out of them, they still got a set to play, and the entire crowd.
The show must go on.
The show must go on. And this is
All
after,
right.
I mean, we're talking 80,000 people have just been cheering for the last 3 minutes while you got fucking throttled randomly by some dudes.
It's like, this first song's off the new album.
Dude, it was even better than that. It was even better than that. The fucking lead singer gets up to the fucking microphone and he goes, oh, wow, cool. That was fun, huh? You guys doing all right? Who gives a shit? He's like, so he starts treating the crowd like total dickheads.
Only thing you can do to save face.
And the thing is now the crowd, he can't win this crowd. You just got punked out. Like this crowd has turned on him.
The guy in the Finch t-shirt is gone.
That dude's like, yeah, he's fucking turned his shirt inside out. He's not trying to get rolled by these fucking maniacs.
Go get a beer.
So he's like, oh, cool. You guys think violence is cool? And everybody's like,
yeah. Have you seen it?
Yeah, you guys are real cool too. Well, this is our one song. And then like they just half-assed played through like fucking 4 songs. And the boos are getting louder and louder. It's hard to watch. And like at that point, I didn't have a dog in the fight.
This went from my nightmare to like my dream.
Totally.
If
you hated every band there, just seeing what transpired.
And first of all, I am the biggest Disturbed fan. I'm going to go home and listen to some tonight. Oh, fuck, I'm losing it. Keep going.
So, he in between songs, he's like, yeah, bonus, huh? All right, well, you guys are cool too. We're real glad to be here. This song's called Letters to You.
6-hour flight.
And they fucking start playing. Whatever. They play
3
like
hours of sleep.
They play like fucking 3-4 songs. And then the fucking stage breaks loose. And they're like, you know what? Yeah. Fuck this. They're done. Whatever. It breaks
I
loose.
hate to be that guy, but your time's up.
Yeah. Like fucking.
Getting your ass kicked a lot of time, so we got to get going.
So Disturbed comes around. Nobody really knows.
Next.
There you go. MLB MVP 2003. That's where I would have known that from. He was only paralyzed for 12 days. So at this point, I think that Disturbed...
Isn't that just called being injured?
I think Disturbed is the next band. I might have this off. It might have been Seven Dust. I think it was Disturbed though, because nobody still knows why this happened. Nobody has a clue. It just fucking happened. And so like Disturbed comes out, and I'm, I can give or take Disturbed. Not really my thing, but it's fine.
Now.
Whatever. Yeah, for sure. And
I'm down with the sickness.
That's the fucking point. I was feeling completely well when I walked in there, and by the time Disturbed had actually played one chord, I was down with the sickness, pal. He comes out and he explains the situation. Well, apparently, like a week or two before, like a Spin magazine or something like that had come out. And Finch said, we're not exactly trying to play music for the same fans as Disturbed. They're, basically had said a bunch of shit about how it was talking shit on Disturbed's fans about how they were all fucking.
That's what they said.
So
that's what lit
something along those lines. So
let's kick their asses.
Fucking lead singer of Disturbed comes out, and at this point he can't fucking lose. Not only did they come out and kick the shit out of these guys and give us a show, but now he gets to come out.
They just released a hot new album.
Now he gets to come out and tell the story about how nobody. He goes, you don't like me, that's fucking fine. I don't need anybody to like me. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like what I do. You don't have to like my music. But nobody.
Some people have to like it, though.
Yeah, but nobody talks shit on my fans. At this point, he's got 80,000 of them, and everybody's like,
10,000
freaking out.
Air.
That's exactly what's going on at this point. There are so many people are. If the lead singer of Disturbed told us to storm the Capitol in Pennsylvania, we could have marched down the streets and taken it. He had an army behind him. That's my story about Finch. That's the only time I got to see them. Every band that came out kind of felt obligated to say something about it, but didn't really know what to say. So they'd be like, hey, you guys see what happened earlier? Man, that was crazy. Kind of silly. We're all kind of adults here or whatever. I'm like, no, don't try and take it back to church here. These guys fucking did everybody a service. Everybody was about to fall asleep during Finch, and they made sure that they didn't. Anyway. That's my story about Finch. I'm sorry to get sidetracked. You know what? What keeps me from getting sidetracked most of the time?
What?
The 1,800 milligram hemp extract from Native Hemp Extract.
Okay,
you go to nativehempextract.com. You enter the code HOSO, HOSO. I'll tell you what. Anybody that didn't exercise our deal on their website last week is a goddamned idiot. They lost. There was a 45% savings up until the 21st. This was like a week. I mean, if anybody would have went there, they could have absolutely hit a home run on the Delta 8 gummies, on the CBN gummies, on the full extract hemp oil, 1,800 milligrams. It's back in stock. The 1,500 milligram CBD, CBG oil. I mean, they got CBG flower. They got CBD flower. All of this shit is amazing. It's amazing. So anyway.
You want to hear some crazy shit?
Sure.
You want to go around the web a little bit?
I would love to go around the.
We got some gyms tonight, so I want to try to get to.
Yeah, we got to get to some of it. I didn't mean to take it all up.
No, that's fine. That was a great story. That was fantastic. I had a concert story, but it's just I can't follow up that.
It's dude, not many can. And here's the thing: this is before. If this happened any time after like 2009, this would have absolutely been viral. None of us had fucking phones that could have documented this.
Everybody had like their flip phones that didn't have a camera on it.
I mean, it did. Maybe we had razors. Like we were getting razors. But there wasn't anything. And I have scoured looking for somebody else to retell this tale. Like anybody else that's got any kind of.
Can you Google it and be like the day Disturbed beat up Finch? There's
got to be, right? Like somebody.
So anyway, you want to hear something crazy?
Here we go. Can I give you this real quick?
Okay, go ahead.
Disturbed Finch brawl on stage at Rolling Rock Festival. Beef stems from threats made during interview 2 years ago. This was written by Joe D'Angelo for MTV. A 2-year-old beef between Disturbed and Finch culminated in onstage fisticuffs at the Rolling Rock Town Fair on Saturday.
Ass beating.
As the revolving stage rotated to reveal Finch preparing to begin their set, Disturbed guitarist Don Donegan approached Finch guitarist Randy Strohmeyer and a scuffle erupted. As Strohmeyer's bandmates and members of the crew came to his aid, witnesses said, Disturbed singer David Dryman and their manager Jeff Battaglia entered the fray and fists began to fly. Although no injuries were reported and no criminal complaints are expected to be filed, one Finch band member was swinging his guitar wildly and narrowly missed hitting Draymond over the head. Rolling Rock has a flawless reputation. There's never been a problem.
Until
no ODs,
came to
no ODs,
town.
drug busts, or anything, and then there's a fight on stage. Part of me says this is rock and roll, but I've been doing this 20 years, and I've never seen bands fight on stage. When the smoke cleared, Finch resumed their set. Afterwards, security walked into their tour bus, which was then escorted off the premises to prevent further incident because Disturbed, their crew and members of Seven Dust, who were also on the bill, were waiting backstage. So Seven Dust was ready to fucking stomp. Like, get me in on this shit, too.
They're probably drunk. Like, let's beat up I'll beat them up.
Here we go. By the time we got them off stage, Disturbed had a chance to rally their troops, including Seven Dust and some of their roadies, Simon said. And then we would have a mob situation. They were out for blood. It was bad. I would bet anything on LeJohn from fucking Seven Dust. That guy could fuck some dudes up. I'm sure of it. Anyway, I'm not making this shit up. It happened. And MTV's got a little fucking... But there's no footage of it. I wish there was.
That'd be fantastic. There is footage of Nickelback being booed off stage and having bottles thrown at them in Portugal. So that's my streaming pick.
That's your streaming
Google
pick?
That.
Wonderful.
He's like, is there any Nickelback They stop in the middle of the song. He throws his guitar down. He's like, is there any Nickelback fans in Portugal? Everybody's booing and gets hit upside the head. And this fabulous hair goes flying in his face. He's like, fuck this. And walked away. And the band's flipping him off and walking off stage. I'm like, God, they're terrible. I would pay to, like, if somebody's like, do you want this Nickelback ticket? I'd be like, get that fucking thing away from me. And then they come back and tell me that happened. I'd be like, oh.
Seven Dust would have murdered them, Rachel. Seven Dust is probably the only band I've seen outside of, like, the Avett Brothers.
Just took them? What if Finch just started?
You know what? If Finch takes them there, they win a lot of fans. You know, like, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, if that guitarist actually cracks David Tryman in the head with his guitar. I don't know about
with a weapon, but if they like just squared up and were just start leveling dudes, they'd probably be like, "Dude, Finch is
this is before like everybody
Finch
did
is like, we write
jujitsu.
this music to get pussy, motherfucker."
Yeah, like don't let the fucking bangs fool
I'll
you.
Beat your ass.
Don't let the bangs fool you. I'll knock your
lead
fucking
singer of
teeth out.
Nick Lachey's buff. You don't think he can beat up this?
I'll bet Nick Lachey could fucking throw a bomb or two.
motherfucker.
I bet he could.
God, 98 Degrees was my shit.
Yeah?
No.
LFO was mine. Rest in peace, Rich Cronin.
I liked that band that just had the one song, I Swear. Who's that? All for One?
All for One?
That's great. Okay, let's get to something here. Okay, so here's something you can't make up either, Craig.
Okay.
Good segue.
Okay.
Baby born with not one, not two, 3 penises.
A 3-dicked baby?
3-dicked baby born in Iraq makes medical history.
Dude, we gotta fucking get the fucking burn pits under control over there. What the fuck? That's never happened before. No, there's no like I remember. Listen,
I was very polluted.
I was on Reddit. This has been years ago, everywhere. 5, 6, 7 years ago. I'm on Reddit. There's this dude who's like, I think his username is like Double Dick Dude, and he's doing an AMA on Reddit. I think we talked about this like for a glimpse last week or something. Mm-hmm. And I was like, holy shit, like, can you imagine having 2 dicks? Like, that's amazing. How fun is that?
It's like, hey, well, how big's your dick? Which one?
Yeah, which one you talking about, man? The fucking the A dick or the B dick?
I got a hand job.
And that dude was
I got
also
hand jobs from triplets.
That.
What'd you do today? I got hand jobs.
Have there ever been Siamese triplets? Conjoined triplets?
Fuck.
That'd be a trip.
I'll bet. Oh, I don't know if they could survive. One of them, at least one of them, would probably be born.
I don't.
Stillborn.
If I can't tell Siamese triplet jokes, then the fucking world's ending anyway. Is anyone watching in Twitch, or does the chat just not archive? You know, I think there's a handful of people. Usually on YouTube, I guess YouTube does all the restream. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure where all those are coming from. Usually, Twitch is really good about rolling all of those in together, so I apologize for that. You hear that baby was born in Seattle and her name was Corn because hospital messed up. No, I did not hear that. On the contrary, the 3-dick baby is part of local lore and prophecy. Sign of the next conscious age. It's written in stone, they say.
Well, this is written in New York Post.
I was about to say, I'm going to need some fact checkers on that. This kid's like the Beverly Hills Ninja. Like that's what I'm trying to. The three-dicked baby. What a lucky one.
Okay, it's called triphalia, I guess.
Okay,
I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
No, that sounds right.
However, despite
triphalia.
boasting the only recorded case of triphalia, this latest case study isn't the only multi-membered kid out there.
We know that.
First reported in 1609. This goes all the way back to 1609.
This is going back to fucking Rembrandt.
They've kept these records. The condition diphalia, or sporting a pair of penises, that's 2, reportedly affects one in every 5 million to 6 million baby boys, with around 100 recorded cases reported in literature, according to the new study.
Okay.
It's like 100 of these freaks walking around.
Hang on.
So imagine, Craig, imagine having this talk with your kid. One day you have to sit them down and be like, I just want you to know, you know how you have 3 penis? You're the only person on earth. No one else. Everyone else has 1. You have to tell that to your kid at some point. Like you're going to go to school and learn about these things from other kids.
Yeah.
Like the little girl, like, hey, you show me yours, I'll show you mine in the sandbox.
Sure.
He's like, I'll show you all 3.
Yeah, what the fuck? Which, I mean, I would 2-for-1 deal. You know, like, feel like I'm bringing a lot to the table here. You know, you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
So
that's kind of unimpressive.
Girl charge more? It's like, I'm
maybe.
all 3 of these.
Do they both ejaculate? Do they both become erect?
All 3 of them at the same time, just.
Does it have like a ball valve to switch which way which one you're gonna pee out of? I got to look up the 3-dick baby prophecy. Is that a thing?
He freaking laid it out very poetically, like with great confidence, as if this was something he had studied for a while.
We got Brennan's hooking us up.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that.
9 of the weirdest penises in the animal kingdom. We could really go down a rabbit hole. Like, I know, don't like ducks have like a corkscrew cock or something like that? Like it's like a little curly Q.
A corkscrew, that's a pig.
Oh, maybe that's a pig. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you get that thing in there? Fencing with the phallus. Cool. I don't want to get too far sidetracked. You know, I feel like that kid's going places. Listen, he'll always
what do you
have
think?
word.
Do you think a kid with 3 dicks is going to listen to Finch or Disturbed?
Oh, well.
Take a wild fucking guess, buddy.
That's hard to say. At different stages of their life, you know, I could see being real angsty and you know, just not understanding why your parents don't understand you, you know, and I could see a why Finch would play in there. But then when not knowing what to do with that rage, then I could see, you know, I could see Disturbed taking over there, or like 15-finger death punch or something.
15-finger death punch. 5-finger death. Oh, God.
Just to go back real quick.
I saw a meme that said 5-finger death punch is like if Mountain Dew was a band.
That's about right.
That's pretty fucking.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I think that was one of the first things I ever posted on our page.
Really?
That was like the 5th meme ever.
That was before it got real raunchy.
It's been almost 3 years. Let's talk about that for a second. May 3rd will be a show, but May 4th, Tuesday, the day after, is our 3rd anniversary. You realize that?
May 4th is our 3rd anniversary as a show.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I suppose so. I guess maybe we did. I can't make sense of this timeline because there would be a 4th cotillion.
Everyone's asking the obvious questions. How many loads can you shoot with 3 dicks?
3 dicks definitely listens to Pussifer.
How many testicles?
Yeah, I think that's the same.
6? 2?
Probably just 2. Which in that case, you know, you're not getting enough across there. You're not. I don't know.
I mean, it's in the Middle East. Maybe they look at him as some kind of.
Oh, I'm sure.
God.
I would hope so.
Some kind of deity.
Listen, if I had 3 dicks, I had 3 dicks, I would start a cult. There's no question.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah, if I got three dicks,
great money and lots of.
If I got
boning.
3 dicks, I'm gonna start a cult. I'm not gonna do it in America.
Lots
I'm
of
gonna
banging
do it.
dudes' girlfriends and making money and doing.
I'm gonna do it
drugs,
like in
dude. Cults are the way
Estonia
to
or some
go.
kind of island, and there's gonna be phallic shapes everywhere, and I'm gonna go somewhere where cock is celebrated. That guy would be a
I
hit.
want to clip that. I want to go somewhere where cock is.
That's all I'm
celebrated.
saying. May 4th is Chris Wolfenbarger's birthday. It's also Bigfoot Willie Jr.'s birthday.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of things. Star Wars Day. It's all kinds of stuff.
Oh, that's stupid. May the 4th be with you. I'm a huge Star Wars fan,
Yeah.
but I hate that.
You ever watch The Mandalorian?
Watch what?
Did you get into The Mandalorian?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
I'm 3 in. It's pretty good.
It is good.
It's great. I just,
I was watching it with someone, and then we just kind of stopped. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I don't have Disney Plus.
I told you it's written in stone. I believe it. Craigstown. I'm just, I don't know. Wet Willies. You guys, hang on. Am I mixing up? Was Wet Willie's here in St. Louis? Was that the one that was in Eureka? Like we're at 141 and 44? Are you familiar with that? You're an Illinois guy, but there was. I can't remember if Wet Willie's was here or if it was in Springfield because there was a water one in Springfield.
That sounds
too.
very familiar.
Yeah, it was like a big water slide. It was like at 141 and 44. Help me out if anybody knows. I feel like I can't remember. But if I was running a cult or a town or a business, Wet Willie's would be the name of it probably. If I had 3 dicks, I would say. You got anything else in the Google machine?
The baby boy is a Kurd from Duhok.
Okay.
Duhok, and he's got 3 cock.
3 cock from Duhok. That's his fucking. He's the big. Listen, if he was born like in the United States, he'd be the 3 dick daddy from Cincinnati. But he's the 3 cock from Duhok. It's all geographical. If he was a wrestler, if I was a wrestler, that's what I would call myself with 3 dicks.
Well, I was thinking we have a couple of space-related stories in the rabbit hole. You want to go down that thing?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. All right, Craig.
I love the rabbit hole.
The government could release evidence and reports about unidentified aerial phenomena as soon as this June, according to a Pentagon whistleblower.
Okay.
Luis Elizondo, who ran the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, a now shuttered initiative to study and explain unidentified flying objects, told the New York Post that the government is planning to release documentation of the, quote, reality of UFOs. The upcoming report, which has garnered a great deal of media attention, is expected to reveal what the military knows about unexplained aircraft spotted around its installations and could help demystify a great deal of the bizarre sightings. So, with that said, the headline's pretty cool. But then you dive into this. What do you think they're going to say? That they don't know anything?
Well,
what do you expect? Are they going to say that they know something about the spacecraft, the aerial spacecraft, the unidentified spacecraft? Or are they going to say that they... Are they going to say it's nothing? Or
I feel like they've already kind of acknowledged it a little bit. I feel like we've talked about it because I was kind of hoping they were going to be like, all right, look, these are the Greys. Okay. We've been doing their bidding for the last 70 years.
No, we've been doing the reptilians bidding.
Okay. Well, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, they're going to find some stupid government speak way to explain away. Like, man, we talked about it on the page before. Somebody asked, are you, do you believe in aliens? And I have a hard time not believing in aliens. And that's not to say that,
there's just absolutely no way that there's not aliens.
And now whether or not they're here, I also think they did acknowledge those lights and said they couldn't identify them. Okay, so my thing is like they're gonna end up saying some fucking dumb thing that, and I'll be honest, there are all kinds of different flying aircraft. I saw a video on the page. I think Scott Cooper posted it actually. this dude that was like standing on a fucking hoverboard flying through town. Did you see that thing?
Yeah.
Pretty badass. It was like a quadricopter, but it was a
Pretty
platform.
cool. It looks like some green screen shit, but dude's like actually flying.
It's
pretty
really fucking cool. Stopping at stoplights and shit. So like, you know, we're getting more and more sophisticated flying
if he's not
technology.
Rocking out to some butt metal and like
while
he's doing that in his headphones, it's for nothing.
I would be if I was cruising down the street about 13 feet in the air on a fucking Green Goblin quadricopter fucking hoverboard. I would be listening to some gnarly butt metal, bud. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would.
I'd listen to techno.
I do that too. I'd listen to like
futuristic.
Yeah, like fucking Daft Punk, fucking Tron soundtrack or something. Just fucking,
I was thinking
or maybe
Daft Punk.
Spongly or
if
something.
If I was Daft Punk, I'd just stay home and pay someone to wear helmets and go perform.
That's why.
live.
That's why them retiring just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I'm
just
like,
have some guys wear helmets and be like Daft Punk.
It bummed me out.
Button and play some fucking.
You know, when they did their little
music.
farewell this year, Daft Punk, there was one current band living that I would have traveled anywhere in the United States to go see, and that was Daft Punk. And so it bums me out that they're done, and I hope that, you know, hopefully it's like a fucking, you know, a Kiss kind of thing where it's like the first of 5 farewell tours. But I don't think they will. I don't know. I think they're gonna give us a song and a dance, some kind of fucking dumb line, you know.
Or if they even say anything, this person, they're not even speculating what.
It'll be most of it'll be redacted and not gonna really release anything. I just come off it. We know that you fucking guys aren't in charge. Come off it. Tell us who the fucking overlords are, and let's get on with it so we can start doing some stuff. You know?
This person isn't too credible, apparently.
Isn't too credible?
It's worth noting that he's promised updates on UFOs before.
Mm-hmm.
Government mandate, but there's reason to believe this report will actually arrive in some form, even if it's not a groundbreaking revelation of extraterrestrial life. Former President Donald Trump mandated that U.S. intelligence agencies had to release what they know about UAPs and UFOs by the summer. Oh, yeah, I forgot Don said that. Oh, Donnie J.
So I thought we
Donnie
covered
J.
it. I thought we covered it.
Oh, God, that's great. He's sitting in an office. It's like, we got to do something about healthcare, immigration.
Him,
we still got soldiers.
Like,
and he goes, listen, I know someone around here knows something about aliens. I've seen all the movies.
I've seen the movies.
I know. Terrific. I've been around. I know everyone. I'm Donald Trump.
The terrific.
You know something about aliens. I want to know, and I want the public to know. This summer, in June.
He was just the kind of guy who didn't give a fuck who doesn't like him. That
a little Hollywood.
I really expected him to like. I actually think that he was I mean, it was a fairly close election, but I really did think like after rather than like fucking sue through court and he's not the president anymore, whatever. Or he's still the president, whatever. I would have thought that he would have went on the most spiteful fucking mission ever, where he was just like, all right, fine. You want Joey B to be your president? Fine. Guess what? CIA killed fucking JFK. Here's the evidence. Oh, Roswell? Yeah. I went and there's an alien shitting on my gold toilet right now at my place. He's just hanging out. Like that's the kind of shit I would have thought for sure he would have pulled on the way out.
I'm going to tell you.
If there was ever somebody to blow the lid off.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been the guy.
That's probably why they hated him so much. He was
100%.
Blowing all the lids.
Half the reason. I mean, also, there's a handful of reasons, but yeah. Yeah.
Tom DeLonge quit Blink-182 to chase UFOs.
Dude.
That's true, and I've actually talked to one of his people. I've gotten as far as to talk to somebody that works
Get him
directly.
on the show.
Yeah, this was a long time ago.
I remember when we were on 920, you almost had him to come on the show, and everybody thought he was fucking crazy.
I was one person away from getting, and they said he would love to do it, but he's got all the shit.
He's got a fucking non-disclosure or something. He's got NDA agreements right now that he can't talk about it. He is actually turning out like everyone, like for a while they were like, oh, Tom DeLonge's crazy. And then a lot of people were like, oh, actually Tom DeLonge might have some fucking real fucking.
One person away from him. I was 1 degree away.
Well,
from
we'll
talking
just
to
keep
him
trying.
on
Keep
the show.
efforting.
I'll try it again.
Keep efforting.
I'm working on a few people.
Okay.
I'm not having as much luck as I used to.
Yeah, we'll
but
be
I'm
right.
not.
Just tell him you're with 920.
I'm not just start lying and saying we're with an actual radio station.
Fuck yeah.
This is a goddamn business, though. You can Google us.
For sure.
I think. All right, Craig, but you mentioned conspiracy theories a minute ago, so I'm going to talk about something. This is a conspiracy I'm going to drop on you. I dropped on you right before we went live, actually. I'm like, what do you think of this? The Challenger deception with the word disaster crossed out. As you can see here, I wish the people could see my cursor.
Man, I think that just shit like this has such little upside to chat about. I feel like I'm going to get thrown in the same fucking hole that people that talk about Sandy Hook are talking about. But I don't know, man. Like, it's doppelgangers, you know? Like, are they trying
to... names are the same, bro.
Are their names really the same?
Yeah. Same names.
They kept the same fucking name?
According to this thing.
No way. Okay.
I think someone might be different. I can't see. It's too blurry.
All right.
I'll have to go back and look at it on my Facebook.
Michael J. Smith, Challenger pilot. Michael J. Smith, professor at university.
First of all, Michael Smith.
Yeah, pretty easy. Let's talk about...
I wouldn't. If my name was Michael Smith, and
I'm going to pull this up so I can see it a little bit.
Keep being Michael Smith. There's like
Challenger deception. Is that what we're calling it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I feel like just even searching this is going to get them knocking on my fucking door.
But what's really crazy about that story, do you know much about the Challenger, what happened that day? It's pretty fucked up because they were going to scrub the launch. They had already, because of the weather, this was in Florida, but overnight it was dropping to like below freezing temperatures at the time. And they had already postponed the launch. And then the morning of, the engineer went out there, one of the engineers. He's like, I'm not going to sign off on this. The external rocket boosters on the external fuel tank got too cold overnight. They have icicles on them. Like, what will happen if we launch? He's like, well, it'll fucking blow up. Or it could blow up. So, like his supervisor, somebody above him went ahead and signed off and said, oh, by 11 a.m. it will be fine. And sure enough, he was right.
Man.
It exploded. And supposedly they found evidence that they did try to, like, jettison, like, the cockpit. Like, they hit the emergency release. Like, they knew what was going on. And what actually killed them was their bodies, like, the impact of hitting the ocean.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And they found them in, like, pieces in the ocean and put them in, like, plastic tubs.
Oof.
To take them back and, like, sort their body parts out. Very sad. Well, apparently, Craig, you don't have to worry about that terrible story I just told.
Because it was all made up.
Because, as you can see, they are
Judith Revnick was a Challenger mission specialist, and there's also a Judith Revnick who is a Yale law professor. I mean, I guess they kind of look alike.
We should actually try to Facebook some of these people.
Francis Richard
Scobie
was the commander of the Challenger.
Is there a reason to pretend to blow up a teacher?
And Richard Scobie is CEO of Cows and Trees Limited.
Cows and trees.
Not really sure.
We sell cows and trees now.
That's
his whole fake.
Ellison and Claude. I mean, these people just look like brothers here. I mean, I don't know. To what end? Like, why? What would be the fucking? What would they have?
That's
to gain
what I'm
from
asking.
that?
Like, why pretend to blow up?
That
6
doesn't
astronauts and a teacher.
That doesn't make sense to me. Like what the dude, the conspiracy theories have really fucking
Kristen McCulloch, I think was her name.
McAuliffe. Yeah.
I can't see that.
And now they're saying she's a Yale law professor or something like that.
I mean, if you're gonna fucking live life low key, these people went on to do great things.
Yeah, fuck. What are you gonna fucking go be a fucking CEO of a company, and the other one's gonna be a Yale law professor? Like
it's like I have any more questions about
not exactly
the test?
Not exactly. The
I have a question,
witness
ma'am.
protection program. You know,
it's like any students have a question. Like, yeah, I have a question, ma'am. Yes, what's your question? It's like, were you supposed to get blown up on the Challenger? Because you look just like that lady, and you have the same name.
Right.
Any questions about the test? Actually.
I don't know, man. I'm going to go ahead and say that one seems pretty far-fetched for me.
You don't believe it?
That one seems real far-fetched.
I could make that in Photoshop, but it would take a very long time.
It wouldn't be too hard.
Tedious. You can age people.
Seth, they're saying that you're a little quiet on the mics, so I'm thinking maybe
I'm a little quiet. I am moving around a little, but I'm going to crank my fader. cranking the fader. All right, Craig. So you're gonna go ahead and your vote is bullshit, right? I'm
Yes.
gonna put this back up on the main screen for a second. Your vote is bullshit. I just don't see why you would blow up a teacher and all these other people, or pretend to.
Well, I mean, to what end? What's the fucking point? You know?
Are you finding anything on the Google?
Nah, I mean, I just
why?
looked at it to look at it a little bit closer. Like even I'd already exited out of the one, but even the guy in the lower right, like that, they say that's his brother. Like, I'm like, yeah, they look enough like brothers. You know, Carl McNair and Ronald McNair. Like, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Scott said he'd quit Blink-182 as well if he was 35 plus playing middle school punk. That's fair.
Eventually, you got to move on to greater things.
Yeah,
Tracking down
finding
UFOs.
aliens. You know
He's super
what? You know how
passionate about
I
it.
just figured out how I can make sense of the Challenger. Let's say NASA called James Carlton, okay, and James Carlton wrote a policy on the Challenger space shuttle. Okay, they didn't really want to kill off They didn't want to kill off all these brilliant astronauts, but they had a fucking rockin' policy because James went the extra mile. They called 314-961-4800. They went to carltoninsurance.net. This is before the internet, but you know, NASA's got access to the internet.
Done,
yeah,
right?
it's what they would have done.
Theoretically.
And they said, James, here's the deal. I got to make a spaceship go bye-bye, but it costs a lot of money to build a spaceship. And James says, let's pretend we didn't ever have this conversation, and you just do what you got to do, and I'll make sure that State Farm can get it. Listen, that would be me saying that is an implication that James is going to help you do shady things, and he's not, because
I was going to say that's not the greatest angle I've ever seen in marketing. It's very interesting.
He's a stand-up guy.
It's a hit or miss.
Bottom line is, he insured their space shuttle because they had it to insure. And if you have anything to insure, you'd be a goddamn fool not to do it with James Carlton. 314-961-4800. He insures everything that I have. I am more than sufficiently covered. I'm paying less for insurance than I've paid probably in 10 years. I feel as good about my situation and my family situation as far as being insured. I feel very responsible working with James Carlton. If you need insurance, which you do because you're an adult, we do a show for adults, which means you probably have insurance and you've bought it in either Missouri or Illinois. If you can check any of those boxes, just call 314-961-4800. Say the Hoosiers sent me. Give James a shot. If he can't beat your price, you're not going to hurt his feelings. He's going to say, hey, you know what? Where you're at right now, they're giving you a pretty good rate. I'll tell you what. If for any reason your rates go down, their rates go up, I'll give you a call, and he will. He did this with Steve. I'll give you a call. We'll save you some money. Just get this guy working in your corner, and you're going to feel a lot better about your life. 314-961-4800. His name's James Carlton. He's a handsome lad.
He's got a great head of hair. All right, let's get out of this hole we're in.
Ideal Detail says James Carlton insured me. Well, all right, that's awesome. He really is just as good as they get. He's just an honest, fucking awesome person to do business with. All of our sponsors, man. I was thinking about that earlier. I was sitting here and we're kind of plugging away trying to get this stream set up. How's the stream coming through tonight? Everybody, let me know. Are we choppy? Looks like it's been pretty nice. Looks like all is well. So I may have solved the problem, and if that's the case, I've got a new one coming in tomorrow, and we're gonna rock and roll. I think it was just a hardware issue. So, big shout out to James Thomas from the KC Weed blog, who also is doing a really cool podcast right now. He posted it on our Reddit. If you haven't checked out our subreddit yet, it is no holds barred. Okay, I mean, people are posting any and every gosh darn thing in there. I set it up as an NSFW subreddit so that we would never be censored for the type of stuff we like to talk about. So a lot of times that looks like these posts, they'll have like a little veil over them. They'll be kind of blurred out until you decide to, you agree to look at it. But our page is popping over there, and James posted a podcast that he just did on 420 the other day. He's doing great stuff. But the reason I'm giving him a shout out is he reached out to me unprovoked throughout the week and had filmed this whole tutorial about some things that we could check on the back end of the networking through the command prompts. Did a little step-by-step deal. It was really stand-up, really cool of him to do that. You guys make sure you give him a follow, KC Weedblog. He's freaking awesome. He's on Twitch as well. He's as cool as they get. He's also a phenomenal DJ. So he DJ'd our prom. We had a hell of a time last year at prom. And he is the reason why it was so awesome. I mean, the Hoosiers made it awesome in general, but James took it to another level. It was really a blast. So, and then Cafe Piazza, dude. I just dig on the food down there. You've been working out a new menu. This, Craig? I'm a big old fan of the Cafe Piazza, bud. I think it's a top 3 pie in the St. Louis area. I honestly. Right now, it's my favorite pie going. I honestly I've tried a few different ones. I've got a couple of faves.
About to drop some new menu items.
The Parkade, I believe, is open now.
Like
Benton Parkade. So maybe now's a good time to
get one of these shirts. This thing's fucking sick.
Maybe now,
old school comic book logo.
Yeah. Maybe now is the time to let everybody know we're thinking about. Let's see here, on the 8th, right?
The 8th, yeah. Well, that's my birthday.
Is that a Saturday? The 8th is a Saturday.
That's my 36th birthday.
I haven't even checked the schedule yet, so I feel a bit flippant.
No, everybody, if you can make it, that would be great. I'm gonna be there.
We're talking about having a little Hoosier get together. It's been a while. You guys can come check out the new digs. We're gonna have a little hang at the Benton Parkade. There's pinball. There's some old school arcade games.
They got
NBA
a few more
Jam.
games.
They got some basketball up there now. They got some darts going. They got a couple of pool tables going. They got the touch. We're just gonna rock it out a little bit. People can come check out our space. We can piss off the neighbors. These fucking jokers. Can't wait till they fuck them.
So
anyway,
Saturday night, Cafe Piazza.
Don't be too loud. It's
Parkade,
Saturday at fucking 9 p.m.
Benton Parkade.
Jack
you
off.
have to have a code to get into Benton Parkade. What should it be? We need to get somebody come up with the code word.
Okay, you want like
somebody
are we gonna have like a door guy saying what's the password?
Yeah. In fact, I was thinking just as a goof, like put the password on the door.
That's not a bad idea.
No, but really, what are we gonna do for our passcode?
Oh, we'll think one up.
Somebody can think of that.
We'll make a little contest.
Don't forget, it's ask us anything.
What's the?
But no, back to Piazza, 1900 Arsenal, May 8th. I'll be there.
Cool.
Come by, say hello. I'll be walking around with these sweet glasses on. The arcade side is just for us.
Cool.
So we'll come up with the code, and we can bring people by the studio if they want to check it out. Check
right
out
on.
Where the magic happens.
Right on. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on out. We can, blow a little schmeeze on the roof. I don't know.
Yeah.
What else going on? Anything else going on in the world? Did we cover everything?
I think we covered just about. Well,
wasn't there one other?
There are some stories, but it's so goddamn gloomy, Craig.
What is it?
This one's. It's kind of vague. It's kind of like a final, fuck it. Humanity is almost certainly doomed, scientists say. The problem is compounded by ignorance and short-term self-interest. Kind of hinting at the idea that our problems are irreversible. The planet, as you may have heard, is in pretty bad shape. Pretty bad shape is underlined here. But the immense scale of threats posed by global climate change and human-induced biodiversity loss could be even more grave than people understand. It's a very gloomy article, and I like how they're finally saying humanity, because a lot of people are always talking about the Earth, and I always quote George Carlin, like, no, the Earth's fine. It's going to be around for a while. The people are fucked.
Oh, yeah. Well,
you can say you're trying to save the Earth. You're trying to save people, and that's fine.
Yeah, that's all noble, I guess. Listen, there is no path out that doesn't involve us getting the fuck off of this planet. And we're going to have to figure out spacefaring, and I don't think we do it in my lifetime. I hope we do it in my kid's lifetime. But yeah, listen, we're overdue for a cataclysmic event. We're overdue for another ice age. We're overdue for a fucking
COVID-19.
Yeah, like a real one.
Well, according to Al Gore, we were supposed to lose like a shit ton of the polar ice caps by 2016.
Well,
like ocean levels were supposed to rise dramatically.
That was all fucking nonsense too. He wrote that from his fucking lithium-powered fucking laptop in his 747. That's all fucking nonsense too. But I mean, fuck, Yosemite's gonna go any minute. I mean, so it's fucking New Madrid Fault. New Madrid Fault goes, we're done. You and I are done. So I mean, there's
not me. I'm too resourceful. I'll survive anything.
I don't think you'll have time. We're just gonna fall into a fucking giant cavern. Just fine. It's fine. It'll be fine.
We're just surface pests on this planet.
I've always kind of, this is something as a kid I could never fucking figure. I couldn't figure out why everyone was freaking out about Y2K. Although Y2K, I could see people being more freaked out about that than say, like an asteroid hitting Earth or anything like that. Like Y2K would be a slow demise. Y2K, like all the computers, like the clocks don't fucking change over. We fall into like a dystopian fucking anti-technology thing.
I wasn't scared of Y2K because I was like a 13-year-old discovering marijuana and didn't understand anything and was just kind of had that feeling like this is just something like that was my introduction to like people freaking out, but you kind of know shit's gonna be fine. That was like the first time I ever experienced that.
Yeah. So, I could see why people would get a little freaked out about that because most people aren't cut out to rough it without the comforts that the technology of the 20th century have provided us. But like as far as like freaking out about an asteroid hitting us or like a super volcano or fuck any of those type things, a massive solar flare. Massive solar flare might be a problem too. Massive solar flare would be along the same lines as Y2K. Like if you're not prepared to fucking rough it and you have no survival skills, then chances are you're fucked if that happens. But like any cataclysmic event that's just like an instant fucking tidal wave that wipes out the earth or something like that, who cares? You made it as long as everybody else. That's just always been where I was at. Like
you made it to the end, bro.
Yeah, like as a kid, that was honestly like,
good job.
Even whenever I was like the most deeply rooted in my Catholic upbringing and everything, like there went that fucking monitor again. I just never found it in me to fucking worry about that. Like, oh yeah, well, I made it as far as anybody else did, I guess. So rock and roll. If we don't figure out a way off this rock, we're all gonna, we're done. But I think we will. I think we'll figure out a way. As long as Elon,
in our lifetime.
I don't know if we will, like in our lifetime, but I think we will before that big thing happens. I do think that Elon's trying. He's trying. I don't know if he's going to do it. Didn't we have something about him too?
I don't. Did you? I don't have anything about.
I think what happened is Elon. The last SpaceX launch, they almost slammed into...
SpaceX spacecraft just had a near collision with an unidentified object. Astronauts were instructed to put on their spacesuits. I guess that's what you do in an emergency. So if somebody's floating around in space like that, can you like go out there and get them in time?
Oof. Untethered? No way. No fucking way. No, I don't think so.
But space is scary. It used to freak me out when I was a kid. Pretty badly. I just think about how it's just this void, it never ends. And I was also religious too. And I couldn't put it all together. Like, where is heaven?
Narrowly avoided collision between Elon Musk SpaceX and OneWeb satellites that was widely reported last week did not take place. What? According to filings. Oh, it's going to put it behind a paywall. Well, fucking good job, guys. Now I'm going to go to a different fucking website that's not yours to tell this story to people because fuck you. Okay? Here we go. Yeah, great. You know what? Everybody should put their shit behind a paywall and see how well that fucking works out for them. Earlier today, SpaceX and NASA successfully launched 4 astronauts into orbit on board a SpaceX Dragon spacecraft. The launch went without a hitch, but the crew of 4 did experience a scare while en route to the ISS when they were notified of a potential collision with an unidentified object. The NASA SpaceX team was informed of the possible conjunction by U.S. Space Command. NASA spokesperson Kelly Humphreys told Futurism, the object being tracked is classified as unknown. There was no time, Humphreys said, to perform an avoidance maneuver to get out of the way of the object. Instead, SpaceX advised that the astronauts put on their pressurized suits in case of a collision. The possibility of the conjunction came so close to the closest approach time that there wasn't time to compute and execute a debris avoidance maneuver with confidence. So the SpaceX team elected to have the crew don their pressure suits out of an abundance of caution. Okay, let's repeat ourselves. U.S. Space Command spokesperson Aaron Dick told Futurism that the Pentagon notified NASA of the potential collision at about 1:30, about 7 hours after the spacecraft launch. After further analysis, the 18th Space Control Squadron quickly determined there was no conjunction threat. All aboard are safe, and the spacecraft was not at risk. Numerous questions remain. How big was the piece of space debris, and what was it? In hindsight, Humphrey said the object's closest approach was 45 kilometers from the spacecraft. Not far in the grand scale of space, but close enough for concern. Humphreys added there was no real danger to the crew or the space. I mean, it was fucking 30 miles away. Endeavour is scheduled to dock with the International Space Station tomorrow morning. So, can you imagine, though, man, like, what's the liability situation there? You know? Like, Elon's got this company. He's launching shit into space.
You got to expect this to be, people got to sign some kind of waiver.
He's got 1,000 fucking satellites about to give the Earth, free internet. And, I mean, if he fucking knocks out, can you imagine, like, is there something that they could do? Is there, like, one satellite that could get knocked out that would fucking knock out the grid on Earth?
Just one satellite?
I wonder.
I don't think so.
I got to think that there's got to be enough fucking...
I don't think if we lost I don't think there's any one satellite.
I mean, if there was, that would be a hell of a war maneuver, right? Like,
I would never set us up to have one satellite. Like, yeah, don't tell anybody.
Don't tell
like
anyone,
five,
like
one's got
5
everything. Guys know, like 5 engineers know. Like, by the way, like,
yeah.
I don't know. I've been meaning to tell you, if anything happens to that satellite, life is over.
Dusty, it looks like next, not this upcoming Saturday, but the following Saturday, Saturday the 8th,
May 8th.
At the Benton Parkade, right next door to Cafe Piazza. Come in, get yourself a pie, get a nice little beer, and
play some games. There's going to be art for sale. There's going to be lots of art for sale.
In the gallery
cool
downstairs.
Artists
Sweet.
can bring more art.
Hell yeah, man.
So we'll take care of all that.
Let's talk about what we're streaming and let's get the fuck out of here.
Sounds good.
Sound good to you?
What are you watching?
Well, I just for the sake of using the same pick 3 weeks in a row. Oh, real quick. I did say that I was going to talk about this, and I haven't gotten to it yet.
The cannabis story?
Yes.
I was going to remind you, but you said streaming picks, so I didn't.
I'm gonna hit it here in just a second.
Devil's Harvest, is that what it is?
This is from the Missouri Independent. Eric McCauley was a first-time marijuana offender when he was sentenced to 23 years in federal prison in 2012. A federal jury convicted him on 4 counts of marijuana trafficking and 26 counts of money laundering as part of his role in distributing marijuana in Boone County. Now advocates with the nonprofit Weldon Project are hoping to free him. On Friday, former U.S. Attorney Barry Grissom filed a motion for compassionate release under the First Step Act, a criminal justice reform law enacted in 2018. The motion was filed in the United States District Court for the Western District of Missouri. Grissom and the Weldon Project, which advocates for those serving prison time for cannabis-related offenses, argued that McCauley's lengthy sentence is a relic from a different age that would be almost inconceivable today. This draconian sentence is rarely imposed today due to the change in societal attitudes towards marijuana, the motion says. In the time since McCauley was convicted and sentenced, the majority of states, including Missouri, have legalized cannabis in some form. When McCauley was arrested in 2007, law enforcement seized $224,663 in cash and found 240 pounds of marijuana in his Columbia residence. McCauley told the Columbia Tribune at the time that he has never been more than just a marijuana user, and the cash was a result of insurance claims. Not sure? Doesn't matter. Shouldn't be fucking illegal to have fucking 225 grand fucking cash. I don't give a fuck what it came from or anything. The government should not have any goddamn access just because someone has cash. Well, fucking these cocksuckers can print the shit on fucking computers. There's not even money representing the numbers that they're making on computers. And this guy can't have fucking 200 large in his fucking house? Fuck you. I fucking hate that shit. Like, I get it. Dude, the weed thing, I fucking get it. But not being able to travel on a plane with more than fucking 10 grand without fucking it flagging fucking customs or anything, fuck that shit. I should be able to move with as much goddamn money as I want to.
Well, there's never a time to carry 10 plus grand on a plane, Craig.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to get drugs.
Dude, I got a buddy right now who just spent a week in fucking Dubai, okay? Mm-hmm. And the second leg of his trip is in the Maldives. Okay. What kind of fucking cash you think you need to go to fucking Dubai and the Maldives? You got to have a couple fucking coins, couple clams. I'm trying to fucking have snaps. I'm trying to have a couple bucks on me
have some peppers
when I go and fucking hang out in fucking Dubai. You cunts. Let me fucking have my cash. The 240 pounds of grass, that's a tough one.
No, that's also stupid.
Oh, it is
Craig.
fucking
That's a
dumb.
goddamn plant.
It is fucking dumb. I agree with you.
That thing grew.
I agree with you. The Weldon Project
The
placed
government
Macaulay's
printed
name.
the money. At least the government can say, well, we did print the money. We can decide what we can do with certain amounts of cash. But what can they say about the fucking plant?
Yeah. The Weldon Project placed Macaulay's name on a list of 25 marijuana offenders sent to the White House in 2020 as part of a clemency campaign. President Donald Trump granted 9 of the requested pardons, but not Macaulay's. Thanks a lot, Donald. While the presidential clemency process...
Don did some great things.
Yeah, he did release a handful. While the presidential clemency process has not offered Eric and similarly situated individuals the second chances they deserve, federal judges are now empowered to grant relief through the compassionate release provision in the First Step Act for any extraordinary and compelling reasons that the court may find, said Weldon Angelos, founder of Weldon Project. We hope to see Eric granted release through this pathway and hope to see further systematic action by the Biden administration on marijuana offender clemency. Missouri voters approved medical marijuana in 2018. That measure was approved in Boone County, Macaulay's home, with more than 72% of the vote. Katie Sinkfeld, a board member of the Weldon Project and daughter of prolific Missouri political donor Rex Sinkfeld, noted that in Boone County, voters don't believe marijuana use or distribution should be a crime and that those incarcerated for something that is now seen as legitimate entrepreneurship should be released. She's right. Macaulay's son, Ethan, was in kindergarten when his father went to prison. He'll graduate from high school in May. I look forward to the day, he said, I can hug my father and talk without a time limit. Fucking poor kid. Let's get this guy out. Unbelievable. Let's get this fucking guy out.
He's doing what, 23?
23 years, man.
23 years.
Fucking seems to be a
Seth
fucking...
Ferrante, whose desk is 5 feet from mine. It
seems to be a fucking kind of a common number, doesn't it?
If it's illegal, I still don't get it fully, but the punishments make that fucking just complete insanity. The fucking punishment for these drug trafficking crimes.
Let's see here. C. Merritt
taking away
427.
more than 1 or 2 decades of somebody's life just taken away.
Oh, fuck that. C. Merritt 427. Yay, finally have a Monday night off to watch. I've seen this story. The crazy thing is, a man in St. Joseph was charged with murder of a 2-year-old in a drive-by shooting and got 26 years. 23 years for marijuana or 26 for murder. Not even comparable offenses. It's fucking bullshit. I agree. We agree. Totally agree.
Somebody asked about the Devil's Harvest poster. I don't remember the website I got it from, but you can, if you Google that, you'll find her. That's a 24 by 36 inch Devil's Harvest poster. I think it was $25.
The smoke of hell. Debauchery. Vicious racket with its arms around your children.
It's a very nice print.
Sin, degradation, vice, insanity.
All the fun things. All the things that... See, Craig, if you ever wonder why somebody would sit in a cage for 23 years for marijuana, why don't you just look over your goddamn left shoulder and just read the list of the things that plant has brought. The devil brings these things into our lives
naturally
through the plant.
Yep.
You ever think of that?
Okay.
Have your psychedelics taught you that yet?
Yeah, they have. I've danced with the devil in the pale moonlight. So, okay, we got to cover that story. It's bullshit. Let's help get Eric McCauley out. Just for the sake of saying it 3, maybe 4 weeks in a row, I finished that This Is a Robbery. It was great. I just can't believe...
Oh, yeah. I watched that.
It's all fucking tied into the mob, and they can't seem to... figure out who or what the fuck is going on or where it went. It's been 30 years. It's a cold case, and I'm convinced that the FBI made that documentary, or at least funded it, just to get all the internet sleuths, all the Netflixers. Just like last year with fucking Tiger King when it came out, you know. Everybody went nuts, and then the next thing you know,
I couldn't get myself to watch it after. Man, am I just that fucking trendy, Craig? Am I just that fucking cool? Like after everybody started talking about it, I literally have trouble like getting myself to watch it. Whereas everybody else, the average person's like, "Well, I got to check this out."
I actually think you.
I got to check this out.
It checks all the. If nobody in the world told you to watch that, it checks all the boxes for something you would fucking love. There's a reason why it trended, because every episode it only got crazier. Now that so much time has passed that not everybody's talking about it, you might just check it out.
I might just go ahead. See, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check out the old stuff. Yeah. I'm going to be cool by watching.
Well, I do that. I get that. I totally
watched
get
this
that. You
after
fucking,
it was cool.
Dude, I mean, that's the case with a lot of stuff, man.
It looks like Trailer Park Boys meets Siegfried and Roy or something.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Or like Letterkenny meets Siegfried and Roy.
It's hard to explain, man. It covers it.
No one will explain it to me. They go, just watch it.
Yeah, I mean,
they just shake their head and say, just watch it.
Like they're actually it checks all the boxes for shit.
About the 90th that bitch Carol Baskins meme, I was like, I can't watch this.
I get it. I totally get that. She's fucking hateable too, though. That's the thing. Is like I get you though. Those jokes get burned to the ground. But Tiger King himself, he's a fucking treasure. You'll love that motherfucker.
The tattoos. Him and the boys. I have seen pictures of him and some shirtless boys. I guess that's a scene. I guess that's going down.
Dude, that shit's so bizarre too. Like
they got some nice scratch tats, bro. They got some straight kitchen fucking tats. Possibly some possibly some jailhouse work.
I don't want to get too far fucking sidetracked, but it's worth a watch. I watched Mortal Kombat with the boys last night.
You want to watch that? And you know me, I don't like these new movies.
I don't think
again, I'm kind of trendy, but I think I'm gonna like that.
I don't think you'll love it.
You don't think I'll like it? I'm seeing mixed reviews.
Here's I did
Sub-Zero in it.
I did like it. Sub-Zero is in it. He's a main thing. I have seen The Whitest Whites of West Virginia. I actually watched it shortly after I watched the Joe Dirt saga. The problem is it kind of fucking broke my heart a little bit. Like The Whitest Whites of West Virginia was just it was just a little too much. I mean, there was some funny shit, but there was also some like just hard to watch, real hard to watch shit. But I appreciated I appreciated the outlaw, the fucking mountain people. Mortal Kombat, I'll give you my honest review. I enjoyed it for what it was because it's not Citizen Kane.
I'm talking to a man who
it's Mortal Kombat.
Loves Batman Forever though.
Fucking right.
It's hard for me to take you serious when it comes to these types of movies.
Yeah, if you go into it and you're like, okay, I'm trying to watch a fucking live action movie that all of the craziest shit that happened in Mortal Kombat fights, like in the game, is gonna happen. You'll get some of that. You're gonna get some of that.
Finish him.
The fight scenes are pretty fun.
Scorpion wins.
But look, and I didn't even necessarily need a storyline. It's just like by the time it started really fucking rocking, it was kind of over. So I think that they're signed on to do like 4 movies. So we'll see where it goes from there. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was just fine. I was happy to watch it with my boys. I'll probably watch it again, but I saw the original Mortal Kombat 5 times in theaters, I mean, the other thing is like for all of the characters that Mortal Kombat has, they introduced a new character as like the main protagonist in this. And I think that was probably
who's that?
Hang up. His name's like fucking Cole Young or something. Nobody fucking knows who he is.
He's just some new guy.
He's
some
like an
fucking new guy.
He's a fucking
Thinks
new
he's
guy.
hot shit.
Yeah, he's a fucking MMA fighter, and I'm like, what
Oh,
the fuck
God,
are you,
they did,
what the
like-
fuck are you doing?
They did a thing.
But I'll tell you this. Kano is fucking great.
I want to see a Tekken movie.
Kano's fucking great.
Is there a Tekken
And
movie? Does that
it was
exist?
nostalgic enough that I was like, I'm into it. You know, like I checked it. Me and the boys watched it. There were some pretty gruesome finishers, but it just did not.
They have finishers in the movie.
It did not have a. It just didn't have a single fucking like. It had no story. It just didn't have a story. So that was like, and I'm not saying like it wasn't well written. I'm saying there wasn't a fucking story. Like
Nothing was written.
Like it was, you know, like it really could have been fucking great. I really like the fucking special effects are the shit. The fight scenes are fucking cool.
I think that's all people wanted to see.
Agreed. But like, you know, they could have, and I think they were afraid to make it the same movie as it was in '95 or whenever the first one.
I never saw that one, but I heard it was hot garbage.
I love the first one. The second
I heard
one
it was terrible.
The second one was bad. First one was fine.
Okay.
First one was fine.
You ever watched the Street Fighter movie?
Oh yeah. Where
That was
fucking
bad.
where Van Damme has like a bicep on top of his bicep. Oh yeah. That was Raul Julia's last role as M. Bison. The guy that played Gomez from Addams Family. I think he died after that.
Oh, yeah. That's the same guy.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. It was actually casted to
I
the
never
tits,
really
like-
took the time to put that together.
Yeah, yeah. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was fine. I think listen, you're a 90s guy like me, you know,
Yeah.
like
Totally
you'll
90s.
get into the nostalgia. There's going to be some shit that pisses you off because why? But you know, it was fine.
I'll bet you I'd like it.
Probably maybe.
It's on what, HBO
I think
Max or some shit?
Yeah, but I'll give you. You want a site? You can stream it. I got a fucking.
You got a guy? Yeah.
I got a fucking guy.
He like pulls open a trench coat and he's got
Yeah,
passwords.
fucking-
He's like, I got Netflix,
I
Hulu.
You don't even need a guy. I'll just give you a
got
fucking
Hulu, baby. I got
There's a website
Sling.
to watch all that stuff.
I'll give you my Sling password.
There's a website to watch all that stuff. I just don't want to commit a felony on air. You know what I mean?
Oh, fuck. Is this website going to freaking lock my computer up?
Doesn't lock
Has it got
it doesn't lock my
ransomware?
projector or my computer up. You just gotta kind of know how it works. But anyway, that's what I got, brother. Is there any other like little tricks in there? Is there anything we need to play on the fucking?
I don't think so. I don't know. You loaded some videos in here earlier.
Yeah,
I don't know. Before the show, Craig loaded a few things in like this.
The Hoosier Sophisticate Show. Is that Bobby Shmurda?
I don't know what's going on.
Steve likes the weed. Steve likes the weed. TNT.
That's shot.
How well did this test well, this intro?
Oh man, did they ever? That's just Bobby Shmurda just doing the dance to the Hoosier Sophisticate jam. That's all. Anyway,
Love it. That's my streaming pick, is this show, just so you can watch that again. And Nickelback being booed off stage. I will tell you, we celebrated 420 last week. It was the weirdest day. I was going to work on some stuff here. I was only here for like an hour, so I just went home because it was snowing. Mm-hmm. I was like, it's snowing.
I know. I went to the Coal Lounge.
It was snowing.
It was like big ass flakes
Coming
snowing.
down. I was looking out the window. I'm like, holy shit. So I just got fucking blunted all day long and watched some classics. We talked about Up in Smoke and Still Smoking.
Yeah.
Those were the only two Cheech and Chong movies I could find.
They're always the only two that you can find. But Nice Dreams is great. Next movie.
I watched both of those. And I watched something I recommended for you to watch. I don't think you did. But I watched Green Day, Jaded in Chicago.
Oh, I need to check that out.
You need to.
I will.
Are you going to watch it with your son?
Yeah, because Trev is like, he is on a Green Day
Okay.
kick right now. For sure.
If you watch the one that's just one file, it's unedited. It's the whole set.
Okay.
And it's got some language.
Is it on YouTube?
It's got some language. It's
That's
on
my
YouTube.
listen. We watched Mortal Kombat last night. It'll be all right.
Did they talk about how they're so happy they want to fuck themselves in the ass to a screaming
well,
audience?
That's a little heavy, but no, they didn't. But
Did they burn a Spin magazine with them on the cover and say "fuck this cock rock punk rock handbook bull fucking shit"? and set it on fire.
Well, that's punk.
It was a good concert, bro.
Okay,
and it's
I'm
got
into
all
it.
it's got all the.
Did anybody come from backstage and fight him?
I thought the lead singer was gonna. He tried to spit on a camera guy that got too close to him. He looks a little methed out in this concert.
Okay.
But no, I haven't really been watching much, man, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't have much for you, just the Nickelback.
Well, I got a link for you so you can check.
Oh yeah, send me that. I want to watch it.
You got it. All right, man. Well, it's been real.
All right, we got ready to wrap this thing up.
Let's do it. Everybody,
I think
one last time, running through. If you go to nativehempextract.com, if you enter code HOSO, you're going to get a discount off your entire order site-wide. They've got the 1,800 milligram extract back in stock. They have the Delta 8 gummies, which are my favorite fucking cannabis product going right now. They have CBN gummies. They have THCV gummies. They have 1,500 milligrams CBD, CBG oil right now. I mean, they've got CBG flower. They've got CBD flower. They've got, but listen, if you need hemp products and you're going anywhere besides Native Hemp and using the code nativehempextract.com and using the code HOSO, you're paying more than you probably should, and you're probably getting a bullshit product. Just go to the place that we've already done the work for you. All right? We've already cut through all the bullshit. Go get your stuff from Native Hemp Extract and just be happy that you did. They're going to ship it right to your door. It's a much better deal for you. James Carlton insures me. He insures my family. He insures our abode. He insures all of my cars. He insures fucking everything. He insures my mom. He insures my sister. He insures my brother. He insures Steve. He insures everybody, my cousin. He insures my aunt. He insures half of fucking St. Louis. And everybody is doing better that's doing business with him because he's saving them money and he is covering more of their stuff. James Carlton, State Farm, CarltonInsurance.net, 314-961-4800. Sweet Leaf Emporium has been a place for the last 20 years where you could go in Farmington and buy all of your cannabis smoking accessories. Long before some popped collar fruit fucking told you what you needed to believe about fucking, about smoking weed or trying to give you the Apple experience, guess what? There was a place that fucking allowed those conversations to take place, okay? And they sold you the accessories to allow you to fall in love with cannabis like you did on your own without the permission of the state, okay? There have been head shops that have cultivated the culture for a half a century. Let's not forget about them because a couple of fucking master's degrees paid $100,000 to get a fucking license to sell you something you've been buying for fucking 50% less of what you're going to pay in their store. Don't forget the people that brought us here.
Sounds like debauchery to me.
It does. All
and
right?
degradation. And sin.
Hit up Sweet
and
Leaf
insanity.
Emporium. Jason will blow you custom glass. And when he's done blowing you custom glass, he will blow you. Okay? That's how Sweet Leaf Emporium do.
Sweet Leaf is a vicious racket with its arms around your children.
Sweet Leaf is
vicious racket
is
with
where
its arms.
is where sin,
Let's run
degradation,
that by
vice, and
Jason.
insanity runs wild.
We'll sit Jason down and have a nice little meeting with him, a little marketing meeting. Be like, all right, we got a whole new angle for you. Here's your new slogan.
It's true.
A vicious racket with its arms around your children.
Sweet Leaf
I don't think
Emporium.
he's gonna
Go
like
down
it.
to Farmington, check them out. Get some custom glass. Get some American-made glass. Get all of your smoking accessories. Ask him to play you a song. He'll do it. You need some new jewelry and some new body jewelry. You should go to Sweet Leaf and get it done. The plans for Festus are going. It's gonna fucking rock your tits clean off. The Sweet Leaf in Festus is going to be so awesome. I can't wait to see it all come to fruition here. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully the stream was a little bit better this week. We got 10 days before we leave Facebook for good, and let the people who, just
Craigworth.
I'm not going to hate on anybody. You guys there's plenty of content to be found on Facebook that is real highbrow, real intelligent content. You can get it anytime. You can probably even be given something because I'm sure they're giving something away to you to tune into their broadcast. All of that shit will never cease to exist on that dog shit platform where you don't really have a voice, or you have a voice as long as as long as you do it their way. We're trying to cultivate something a little different with our community. So I would love it if you guys joined us. You can come over to Twitch. You can come over to YouTube. You can check out the Hoosier Sophisticate subreddit on Reddit. And look, at the end of the day, The Sophisticated Hoosiers and Hoosier Sophisticate is just a different thing. We have a real group of real people who make real change in the real world. That's what we're always going to do.
For real.
We're going to find a way to raise money for people that need it. We're going to find a way for you to belong to something that feels bigger. It feels like you've been missing from it all along. That's what the Sophisticated Hoosiers are. Not some fucking weed show. We're not a weed show. We're not a psychedelic show. We like those things.
We don't talk about Devil's Harvest. It's the smoke of hell.
We love those things so much. There's other people that do that, though. If you need weed content, you can find it about anywhere. That's not what we're doing. We're a community that does some different stuff. Who happens to like to smoke weed? Who happens to like to expand their consciousness? And so we're going to take that somewhere where we don't have to play by somebody else's stupid fucking rules, because this community is much bigger, much smarter, and much stronger than that. You get to decide if you want to come along and be a part of it. There are in-person events that you get to come and be a part of that will show you the difference. You'll know what the difference is when you show up to them.
Saturday, May 8th.
Saturday, May 8th. It looks like we're all going to be coming up here. You guys can check out the new digs. We're going to have a little get-together at the Benton Parkade. It's right next door to Cafe Piazza. All of Cafe Piazza's fare is available to you. Unbelievable
Delicious.
pizzas, great little sandwiches, awesome little appetizer.
They got yum-yums.
Nice little beer selection. We're just going to go over there and we're going to have a good time. All right? Come on out. See where the Hoosiers hang. Do that damn thing. Come hang with us.
Buy some art.
Buy some art.
Buy us some art to put in our studio.
Not a bad play, although we're running out of wall space.
We are, actually, surprisingly enough, finally.
All right, guys. I love you. Thanks for tuning in. Seth, thanks for everything, pal. You were great tonight.
Oh, thanks. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
12 o'clock and we're ready to start this experiment. I'm going to give you this cup that contains lysergic acid 100 microgram. Will you drink it? How you feel?
Well, I feel very fine. This chair is not as solid as it seems to be. My hands are not resting against this chair. The rug seems to be billowing. Seems to have an awful lot of complements of violet and yellow. I have a sort of a wavering tendency to feel that I'm going to watch it. I think that I'd like to rescue myself from the idea that there's so many different realities here.